We got some big decisions to make in our Octopus Square meeting this morning. I got in late last night from Google headquarters. It was 6 hours on the road yesterday, 3 hours down. Made it under 3 hours back. It did not damage my truck in the parking garage except for a little ding. But if you didn't watch that video, go watch it. That was yesterday's video. The team and I, we went down and we visited Google, and they rolled out a strategy for us, where we're missing, where we're winning, and we're winning in a lot of places, but we really want to win everywhere. Business is about winning. Now, it's interesting, I was thinking about information, and I continue to try and absorb all of the information I can. But the landscape of business, the landscape of the world, technologically, it just changes so fast with the onset of AI, with the new consumers coming to market that are graduating college, getting into their careers, and when I was a young entrepreneur, I didn't have the capacity to digest information, even if someone was offering it. And I just think this is a really important call out, because I didn't have it. I've had advisors that would just dump information on me, like, oh, you got to do this, and you got to do that, or you got to look out for this, you got to look out for that. And even though they said all these things to me, and they said them the right way, and they gave me a holistic kind of overview, I still didn't have the experiential knowledge. And so many of the things that they tried to educate me on, I still had to pay tuition by making the wrong choices, the wrong decisions at the time to get that experiential knowledge. So even if you're watching this channel, there's things you're going to hear me say, and in 3 years, you're going to be like, oh shit, I did hear that. I didn't understand it at the time, or I didn't have the capacity to really ingest that information and use it to my advantage. And that's okay. I think is what I'm saying, is that's okay. I think as you grow as an entrepreneur in your business, whatever the thing you're doing in life is, it's really important to have a team so that that information doesn't go through a sieve. And sometimes I feel like I'm a colander. Like, some things stick and some things just, they flow through, just because of the capacity to take it all on at once. And so it was really great having my team at Google yesterday, because nothing will slip through the cracks. And that's kind of what you should have between a stage 2 and a stage 3 business, is that team built, that mind share, that shared consciousness, with those roles and responsibilities laid out, so that you can gather that information that's given to you. And I was just thinking about this late night on the way home last night. I always default to, like, no one truly knows 100% how to do something. Everyone is just figuring it out. And it's really great when you figure it out together, because independently there's risk. And I'm not talking about long-term strategic vision. That can come from one individual. Like that's part of the founder's mindset, is having to cast that. It's really hard to hand that off, because it's, this thing you're doing, it's like your baby almost, and you want it to grow and thrive and be healthy. But there's risk in trying to do everything yourself. And so the team is so damn important. You've heard me talk about team so many times in the past. But this morning, with the team, with my Square group, we're going to talk about what I'm wearing right now. And I'm not talking about the Moab jacket or that's coming out this fall, which is ridiculous. And I'm not talking about these Ironside boots, which we just released, which are freaking awesome. But I am talking about the blue jeans that I'm wearing, the Delta jeans. Denim is a category that we really want to own as a brand, American denim. And we talked to Google yesterday about trying to own that. And how do we own that when it comes to a search perspective? And we're not in retail yet. And so trying to bring a customer into Origin and decrease that shopping experience, the friction of that shopping experience is really important for us. And kind of coming up with some pathways to do that. I can't show everything. Again, go watch that video from yesterday. I couldn't really show everything we were talking about because I don't want to give away some of our core strategies. But part of that strategy is building a good, better, best plan into our product roadmap for denim. Right now we have better and best, and we really want to have a good. And we've thought about this new cotton jean, right? Like where do we position this new heritage 100% cotton jean? And ultimately, we're thinking of positioning it in that sub $100 range, maybe even sub $90 range. And what that should do for Origin is open the aperture to more customers, more opportunity. And Google's study said we had a 4.2% brand awareness, which is more than I thought. And our emotional connection was 48%. So that's almost like affinity, which means that 1 out of 2 people are pretty much obsessed with the brand within that BUMO. BUMO is like, look it up, BUMO. It's like your brand enthusiasts. And so today in this Square meeting, we have to decide the pricing strategy and the differentiation moving forward. And when I think about the differentiation, I think what I'm going to push for, and it's not just my decision, it's the team has to hold hands and sing kumbaya around this decision, because it's a big decision. But what I believe is if we have the ability to position our heritage jean at sub $90, say $88, all day, every day, we've cracked the code on becoming part of a consumer's consideration set because of the price point and the quality and the fit, right? So you all the important things at the right price, then made in America is the bonus on top. Our Delta jeans, which is, for me, it's the best denim product we make. It's what I'm wearing right now. This is your performance product. Like this is your all day, every day. I can do anything in it. That's what the Delta jean is. It's moisture wicking. It's got some stretch. It flexes with the movement and friction of life, and that's positioned at over $100. There's about a $20 differential there between Heritage and Delta. And then what we're gonna probably call our Maverick blue jean. And this was the first denim blue jean we ever launched. At first we called it the factory jean, and then we shifted it to the work jean. But the word work kind of pigeonholes you to work, and it's not just made for work. It's just a really great durable jean with some performance properties. So it's a mashup of our heritage jean. If our heritage jean and our Delta jean had a baby, that's what this Maverick blue jean would be, and that's positioned even higher than our Delta jean. There's more fiber content. It's a heavier fabric. There's triple felled seams on not just the inseam, but there's also triple felled seams on the outseam, and the pockets are lined with denim, so it's self pockets, so we're not using a lightweight cotton material like in our other products. So it's freaking overbuilt, right? It's just ridiculously overbuilt, and that one's priced at close to $130. So we need to work through this strategy this morning, because I mean the goal is 1 million pairs of jeans a year, and trying to get the product within arm's reach of every consumer in America. Right now, every man in America. I mean, from 25 to 55-year-old men, our brand awareness is 4.2%. And the affinity, like I said, is super high for those who have heard of the brand or have used the brand. So we need to crack the code on that. And this is using data as a weapon. And you've heard me talk about in the past, data can be weaponized. It can be weaponized, but when you use it as a weapon, and no one gets too emotional about the data, because you can position data any way you want for optics purposes. To, there's ways to tweak it. Like, you can make it say whatever you want it to say. So you got to be really careful of not weaponizing data. We need to use it as a weapon and make sure that our strategy, this pricing elasticity strategy, that it fits within our brand parameters, right? Because we're brand led, right? The tip of the pyramid is the brand. Everything is a function of brand. So I'm going to bring you inside the war room today with the Square group, and we're going to work through some of this to see if, I don't even know if we have the cost of goods to offer this blue jean at $88, but Jocko and I have been talking about this for 6 or 7 years, trying to get a blue jean more affordable for the everyday consumer, but still it be an incredibly high quality product, and the function, form, and fit incredibly high, and I think we're there if indeed the team agrees with me, and they're going to use data to agree with me or not agree with me. So we will see, and you'll be the first to know, everyone watching this vlog. What up?
What up?
I got my iron sides on today.
Oh, you're going big lug.
Big lug, yeah, but that's all I have. I don't have the Chelsea's, the Christie sole yet.
I like those ones. I think those are, yeah, I've been wearing.
And today's vlog is about denim, because we got some shit to talk about today about pricing strategy, pricing elasticity in our Square group, right? Isn't that what we're doing today? Mm-hmm. Are we like making a call or what?
We need to make a call. Yeah, I think that the things we need to come out of today is what are COGS on the Heritage Cotton jean?
What are COGS, right?
And then what's the order of the 3 options? Like, good, better, best. What are we pricing? Not exactly what's the price, because I'm working on that right now as far as like what's the optimal profitable price.
Yeah.
But like, what is Heritage, the entry level, and then Delta, and then Maverick, which I think is probably it. Phil, we were just talking about that. Or is there strong opinions in another direction?
I think you're spot on with that. I mean, that's what I just told all the people on the camera. Was same thing.
Does that thing link right to your phone so you can upload from?
No, it has.
You were posting yesterday, and I was like, I didn't know if it was coming from that.
No, I did that on
my
my phone. Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I think understanding our COGS position and making sure that we're not going to cannibalize from our hero product, which is Delta Denim.
There's a real risk there.
Yeah.
And I think we got to be cautious about how we do it.
Yeah.
Especially as we introduce Heritage Cotton.
Yeah.
And I think part of it, like we were talking about, I know you guys talked about this because that was the beginning of the conversation, but like part of it is that Delta is a performance jean in comparison.
That's right.
So we have to really sell the differences.
I mean, it's a more expensive fabric.
Right.
It's freaking 10 times harder to weave the fabric with the little bit of lycra that we have in it. It's harder to manufacture it, because it moves around a lot. So it's just more complex, but it is your performance jean, and it needs to be anchored with a little bit lower cost product and a little bit higher cost product.
So right now I'm testing Delta. I just turned it on this morning.
Yeah.
To see like what the elasticity is, what the profitability is at each price point. So it'll probably take a week or so to get enough sales through.
Any early indicators?
I literally just turned it on.
Oh, you just turned it on this morning.
Yeah, I actually had 8 topics I wanted to get to today, so we're gonna be here for a while.
Well, let's start with this one, Andy.
Was the denim one of them?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
So
We need to order pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
or we
say,
can order some
somebody
pizza.
Order pizza.
I'll order pizza.
We'll send Grubhub to you, Andy.
Call Amanda.
I got a big fridge waiting for me.
Calling Amanda's
We'll put it through the
Smoking
purchase
Hut
rec
Mobile.
system, Andy.
You'll have it in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Hey, could you send Krista in the conference room, please?
Yes. Why?
We need to order some pizza because we're going to be here for a while.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let me see if she's available.
Okay, appreciate it. The cotton jean, the 100% cotton jean is going to fill multiple voids for us. I believe it's going to fill multiple voids. Number one, this movement towards natural fibers. Number two, it's a heritage product, and it's how jeans were originally made in freaking the mills of New England, right? 100% cotton. So we have that nice cotton story, and it's a little bit less expensive on the COGS to weave the fabric. It's easier to weave, and it's a style that Mount Vernon can be weaving all the time, right? Which is awesome. I think they're going to weave the style all the time, and so we should be able to offer it at a better price point. That's where I'm at with it, is positioning it as our anchor and most affordable product, denim product is the cotton jean. If the cotton jean was one wash, one style, one wash, one style, that's it. So it's a dark wash, and what's the best style for that? Is it
Standard.
Yeah, straight.
standard straight, right?
Straight
Boom,
out, straight
done.
out seam.
And you just one wash, one style. Your performance stretch, our Delta Flex, is your upmarket. That's the product you want everybody in, right? We want everybody in Delta. If they get in Delta, bro, they're with us forever, right? And that's where you have all your options. That's where you have all your cuts, your washes, and everything. Is that mid, right? So you got to force people into that product. We want them in that product, and then you go up to this hybrid jean, which is we've called it the factory jean, we've called it the work jean, we might call it the Maverick jean, but it's basically your blend of this heritage jean and this performance jean. It's a heavier weight fabric. It's triple felled seam. It's fully lined denim pockets. It's your anchor, your higher end anchor to the line. And so that good, better, best strategy is going to drive people into the optionality and the price point of the Delta jean. We don't want to cannibalize them. Down the road, we can definitely sell a salvage jean and really have a high end anchor, right? But that's down the road. It's nothing we're going to do tomorrow. And we have to make sure there's not too much separation, but not too little. If there's too much separation in price point, then you're going to lose people. If there's too little separation in price point,
Well, that's when
you're also going to lose people because they don't know why. Like if it's $15 or $20 difference, they get, okay, there's a performance, there's more features and benefits. If it's $5 or $10, they're just like, what makes this one better? They question it psychologically. So, and with the seasonal washes, you can introduce that with your core styles. But we had talked about could we do a $78 jean, one wash, one style, or an $88 jean, one wash, one style? Then you anchor your performance product, your Delta, and then above that you have your Maverick factory work denim. Boom, done. That's how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I've never heard it proposed like that.
I do think I'm aligned with the difference in price between the offerings.
Mm-hmm.
I think there needs to be the offerings need to be well defined. What is the difference?
Yes.
We've got to do a really good job messaging.
Yes.
And then I think that having the separation is a bit of protection for each style against the other, right? Like, I agree that it will reduce the paradox of choice for the customer, because there are going to be customers who are like, oh, I want the most expensive jean. Like, I want the good one. Give me the good, like, and if it's $40 more, well, that's clear to them, like, relative to the cotton jean, right?
Yeah.
And then vice versa, there's going to be others who are like, there's no way I'm paying $130 for a pair of jeans, but I'll pay $80.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm
And if you get them to pay $80, they might then go, yeah, I really need that.
yeah, for sure. If we do it really
If we can even afford to charge, if the margin's there to even charge $80 for a pair of jeans, I don't even know if we have the margin to do that.
There's another round of evaluating that, how we're paying them. Are we overpaying them? Where does our cost structure sit? And then this gets into, if we're gonna focus on denim, there's another, it's not designed for manufacturing, but there's another massive event around what is it that drives the COGS down as we go from 100,000 a year to 200,000 a year, because that opens up ROI on automation and all these other things.
Yeah. I would love to know what our real cost is without markup. What's the real freaking cost of these jeans? Because at scale, that's all that matters. Right now, the markup matters because North Carolina needs the margin dollars to run the business down there, and so I get it, but like,
Well, Pete, there is no markup because North Carolina is break even. This is the cost. Now,
I don't
if
believe
we
it.
commit to more scale, then your cost per unit can go down because your fixed costs are distributed over
Okay.
more units.
So time and materials is all I'm asking about. Time and
Gotcha,
materials.
gotcha.
That's all I care about. That's going to drive a different conversation.
if the rest of North Carolina was rolled under Origin.
No,
is
I'm
that
just
the question?
saying because Tom probably has SG&A baked and, this much electricity
So-
and lights
so-
and
so-
As a business unit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Okay, so we're saying the same thing.
So every plant has fixed costs and variable costs, right? And we're kind of oversimplifying this, but your time and material, so your labor and your raws that go into a product is really what Pete is after for this analysis.
Yes.
Because we know we're going to scale larger, the fixed component of the analysis
Yeah.
actually becomes less.
Shrinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I was thinking. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut you off here because we got to work through some internal conversation, which really we don't want out in the general public. I try to share as much as possible, but these are the types of conversations that need to be had when trying to do something, build something, make something, regardless of the size of the business, whether you're doing $100,000 a year or $100 million a year. The conversations don't change. There's more risk attached to them because they reverberate through the organization in a more meaningful way, especially at scale. So I think we're all aligned on strategy and the direction we need to go. The question is long term at scale, does it work? Does our good, better, best strategy work around the price points we want to meet the consumer to get more folks into the brand long term, trying the brand. So I guess you'll see when you see this fall when we launch the Heritage Jean how this works out. 8 hours in that room for 8 freaking hours. Oh, planning for the next 3 years. It's making the right move and how that can affect the next 36 months. We don't want to have to unwind anything 3 years from now. So setting in motion a strategy around the product, around our core products, around blue jeans, like the pricing architecture, the pricing elasticity, like it's hard. When we first started making jeans, one of the goals was eventually to have a blue jean that was affordable for all Americans. And that number was like around that $75 to $85 range. And we're going to come really close to that, like really close to that. But the only way it works is with volume, with scale. And we have to be careful that we don't cannibalize from our best product, the Delta jean, and that it's accretive to our denim offering. So it's a risk, and we got to know where to place our bets. And so I think we ended the day after 8 hours in the room, and it got into a lot of different discussions about a lot of different things. Around offering a one wash, one fit, so one style, dark wash, one fit, right around $90, just under. And that's a pretty awesome place to be as a brand who's 100% making products in America without compromise. That's really hard to do, but with all the investment in our manufacturing facility in North Carolina, in the wash house, into our supply chain, I think we can get there. And there should be a long-term return on it as we acquire new customers. The only next step would be to literally go back to the cotton field, to own the commodity itself. And that would allow us a little bit more room, a little bit more flexibility if we went back to the farmer and negotiated with the farmers or on the commodity. So a lot to think about. I always go back to, we got 100 years to do it. And I know the next decade is going to go by like this, and I'm going to go from 46 years old to 56 years old, and the time value of time is always at the forefront of my mind. But setting up the brand, setting up this thing for long-term success is like the one thing I obsess about more than time itself. So it was a good meeting, a long meeting, and we got into a lot of things, a lot of other things around where our attention should be, and it just comes down to expanding that denim offering and really leaning into it with every bit of time, capital, and capacity we have is leaning into denim blue jeans, the uniform of America, the thing that represents freedom, the thing that America lost and shipped to China, the thing people wear and think they feel free except they're made by communism. That thing, that physical manifestation of what it is we've been trying to do and what we're doing, what we are doing, is blue jeans. And I hope within the next 4 to 8 weeks, we have this offering available and we truly change the game. So that's that. I got shit to do.